World is getting colder, trying to get sober. Lord help me get stronger. World is on my shoulders.
How we doing today? This is the 12 at 12 podcast, a podcast about real life, recovery, growth and development, redemption, because that's what it's about. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do me a favor. Tap that subscribe button, hit that share button, and stay tuned for more. And we are sponsored by First Step Recovery. If you have any problems with your substance abuse disorder, severe mental illness, please do not hesitate to reach out and call that number you see right above. First Step Recovery, they will be happy to help you with those issues. And we have a special guest today, Tim.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother? Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Glad that you're here, man.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Definitely. Where you from, Tim?
I am from Colorado.
Colorado?
Yep, Colorado Springs, Colorado is where I was born and raised.
How was that up there?
It's a lot different.
Yeah?
Different people, different air. The air's a lot thinner there, so.
Oh, it's thinner there?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's higher up in the mountains?
Yep. Yeah, the air's thinner and it's not as humid. Like, I don't like humidity.
Oh, yeah? Oh, you wouldn't like it where I'm from. I'm from Florida, so you wouldn't like it down there.
Yeah.
But you're in Louisville now. We're in Louisville. We're located, if you don't know. How do you like it down here compared to Colorado?
It's okay. I've got kids in Kentucky, so that's I just staying near my kids.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Like I said, I was born and raised Colorado Springs. I've got a small family. I wouldn't say we were a dysfunctional family, but we weren't close by no means. Spent a lot of time alone. Was never really comfortable with myself. I watched a lot of TV in the 80s sitcoms. Mm-hmm. So my perception of the world was really kind of molded by that, And so, like, I had these standards in my own head of what life should look like, and my life didn't look like that. And so, a lot of resentments formed out of that. I was never comfortable with who I was. I thought I was supposed to be something else, like a rock star or a basketball star or something. I just kept waiting for things to get different.
Growing up, would you consider your childhood a happy childhood? Was your mom and dad in your life?
My mom and dad were in my life. I wouldn't say it was a bad childhood.
You just had dreams of things being a little bit better.
Yeah, I thought I was born for a different purpose. I thought there was more on the other side. I was just waiting for it to come.
Oh,
that makes sense.
I used to have a lot of dreams and things that you know what, this is good, but it just, I never truly fit in. That's kind of how a lot of people feel, and then a lot of times it leads you down the path of trying to fit in and then end up with the wrong people, the wrong crowds, just trying to fit in. Listen, people, you don't have to, listen, if a person doesn't accept you for who you are and they don't want to be around you, don't change who you are just for another person.
No,
be who you are. You have a purpose, you're important, and that's an important thing to understand. A lot of people, they don't understand that they are important. They were created with a purpose, and a lot of people seeking the answers, but they end up seeking them in the wrong area. And when you go to the wrong area, you get the wrong answers.
Yes, you do.
And then it leads you down the path. Have you ever been involved in drug use?
Oh, yes. I started using drugs, I'm going to say, about 13 years old. And back then it was fun. It was more of a boredom thing.
What was the first drugs you were using?
I'd say I started with marijuana at a point. Acid, LSD, whatever you want to call it. It was pretty rampant back then.
Oh.
So I started dabbling in that, and then I started using meth. And that was like my first love, I'd say, because when I started doing meth, I felt like I had so much energy and I could talk to people, I could be around people, I could just let it go. I didn't care what was going on. I just go. And but again, that was back then it was just it wasn't a need. It was just a recreational
thing. Mm-hmm. So the meth made you fit in. It made you feel more accepted.
It made me accept myself, I think, more or less anything. Otherwise, I would contemplate: am I saying the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? What does this person think of me? Whenever I did meth, I didn't that didn't even pop in there at all.
So it basically just took out the what's the word? The anxiety. It kind of took the anxiety away.
Yep, it took the overthinking, all that, and it don't make sense because meth makes you think more. But for me, it made the overthinking go away.
Wow. So the acid didn't make you feel that way?
Oh, the acid, that was just crazy. That was definitely for recreational.
Yeah.
I don't really remember it making me feel any certain kind of way other than just not here, not present.
Using a whole nother world.
Yeah, just enjoying the world, looking at the world with a new set of eyes. It felt weird, different.
Yeah. So you really that really wasn't your drug of choice, really, but
No, I mean I did a lot of it and I had fun with it, but no, I'd say if I had to choose it back then, it would have been a meth. So.
What age you were when you started using the meth?
I'm gonna say 16.
Oh, you were young.
Yep. Yeah. I basically was on this. I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. Like that's been the story most of my life. I was trying to be involved in things that I had no place being involved in. I was trying to run with gangs. I was trying to run with skaters. I was trying to run with anybody that had a purpose, that seemed like they had a purpose. I was trying to be whatever they needed.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have one brother, an older brother.
One brother? Mm-hmm. Was he there when around that time you started using?
He was there, but he's 4 years older. And really, I kind of like usually the older sibling teaches the younger one. Yeah. I kind of did things a little sooner than he did. I was in a rush in my life.
Okay, so you started off and Big Bro wasn't involved. Did he ever get involved?
He dabbled a little bit, but I don't think it was ever like me.
Like mess with it.
No. He's what we call a moderate drinker. He could touch stuff and walk away. I was more of a everything all at once. Let's just do it.
Kind of like you only live life once type of thing, right?
Yeah. And I remember watching the commercials in the '90s where nobody grows up saying they want to be a junkie. I remember watching that commercial and thinking to myself, but that looks cool. Like what he's doing there, he's running from the cops. He's got all this going on. Like it just looked cool to me, like being a bad boy.
You know what? Do you think the TV has something to do with that perception too? Because a lot of times I realize that in society and with a lot of movies, it seems like a glorified kind of, even though it might be today they're doing the same thing, but back then in like the 80s when the crack era, a lot of things was hitting. In the 90s, they were putting out a lot of movies that is supposed to have had a good meaning to it. Like okay, the bad guy ends up getting in trouble, end up getting killed or whatever, but then you turn around and it's like the bad guy was the cool one, the bad guys, and then everybody watches it, and the next thing you know, they're glorifying the bad guys, the mafia movies, the gang stories and things like that.
Well, I remember watching a documentary on HBO about gangs when I was in middle school, I'd say. And they had Dr. Dre music, Snoop Dogg music playing in the background. It felt cool. Like, this is the music I listen to on the radio. These are what the people are doing that listen to it. Like, I try to emulate what was there. It definitely, TV, movies, all of that. I spent a lot of time doing that. That pretty much raised me. So my perception on everything was, the bad guy, the villain might be the villain, but he's loved and he's liked and he's somebody. Like he's got what he wants in life. He's got the cars, he's got this, So it definitely changed my perception on who I wanted to be.
See, and that's why I like to tell people, listen, what you look at is very important. I'm telling you, bro, it's so important what people look at and allow into their spirit. And a lot of people don't understand that, like, a lot of kids, watch your kids too, if your kids are watching certain things, be careful, man, because it's like, they'll look at these things, they'll pick up on these things, and a lot of people do want to be accepted. A lot of people are easily influenced because of certain anxiety or depressed issues or just feeling lonely. People want somebody to talk to, and if you don't have nobody to talk to, then, like you said, you'll go to the wrong places or look at certain things and be like, you know what, if that person is being accepted and that person on TV is being accepted for doing these things, doing these drugs, going to these parties, and in the back in the 90s, it was heavy drug use everywhere. It's always been drug use, but it was serious back in the, back in the movies back then. It was like in the shows, people were definitely looking at them and they were having fun. I used to look at the same thing and be like, man, dang, man, I want to be like that, man. Dang, I want to be like, it's crazy, but the influence is a serious thing. It's It's something that people definitely have to pay attention to, especially what they're looking at. Have you ever been locked up before?
Yes, I have. First time I was ever locked up, I was 28 years old, and it was over child support. Which is crazy, all the things I did before then that I never got arrested.
What?
But yeah, I was 28 years old. I went to jail for child support. I went to jail a couple times over some silly little things like stealing. I had this job. I started stealing. I was the general manager, so I started taking money out of the safe, and I was the one counting it. So I was just covering it up daily until one day I decided that I just didn't want to work there anymore. So I didn't go in, and I didn't fix the safe. And then I went to pick up my last paycheck on that Friday, thinking there wasn't nothing gonna happen. And
they got you.
They got me. They were waiting for me.
What made you start making a decision to try to steal from them?
At that time, I was doing pain pills and pain medication.
So it was drug related that made you start.
Yeah, my teeth had gotten really bad. I'm gonna assume from all the meth use back in the '90s, but they'd gotten really bad, and I was self-medicating. At first, it was just a couple here, a couple there, but then it started being I need one all the time. You know, my teeth hurt so bad, and I was just masking my own, it made me feel different. So I was still using it, but my body was telling me I needed it because of this or that, and I just went with it.
So that was basically an excuse to use the pain pills. Like, yo, you know what, man, I got an ache here, I got a pain there, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it up.
Yep. And I didn't really think I was hurting anybody. I didn't get caught for the longest time. I did that for so long. I don't even want to incriminate myself, but
damn.
I did it for so long. There's no telling how much money I took, and it's sad when I look back at it. The last time that I was arrested, it was so me and my ex-wife, we had separated at that time.
How long were you together?
8 years.
Wow.
She was from Kentucky. I actually moved to Kentucky to be with her, and we got married.
How did y'all meet? You was in
She was in Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah, she was there was some mutual friends, I guess it would be. And I kind of met her there, and then some stuff happened. I ended up bringing her here. Car broke down. I decided to stay, and we got married. We had 3 kids together, and I started wanting something different. She was not happy at the time, and rather than try to fight through it, I met somebody that was telling me how amazing I was and all those things, and made me feel better about myself. So, my selfishness, I left her, and due to that decision, though, I started drinking.
Oh.
And I was never a drinker until this point, like maybe a social drinker, but it just kind of took off, and it got bad quick. I ended up leaving. I had to leave Kentucky to go back to Colorado. I thought that was going to fix me, so I went there, and then that didn't work, so I came back here, and I went back and forth, and alcohol had a grip on me. I couldn't do anything without a drink. I couldn't go to work, I couldn't go to bed, I couldn't wake up in the mornings, I couldn't eat dinner, I couldn't do anything without first having a drink. I had gotten to the point where I was blackout drinking. So I was manipulating my way into somebody's apartment with this girl that I was seeing. I came to in a jail cell. I was facing 15 to 20.
Dang. Hold on. So you just blacked out?
I blacked out, and when I came to in the jail cell, they told me I was facing 15 to 20, and I'm like, did I kill somebody? They said, dang near. I'd been charged with strangulation, first-degree strangulation. Apparently, I had blacked out, and I had choked this poor girl. I don't remember a bit of it, but I'm the type I wouldn't even hurt a fly, so I was shocked.
Yeah.
And I wish I could say that that's where my story, I get sober, seen the light. I knew it needed to make a change, and I went through a program in the Fayette County Detention Center, but I didn't hold on to that. I let go of it. They placed me, that's how I got to Louisville. They placed me in the Brady Center here. It was a halfway house for DOC clients, and they placed me there. I did good for about a year, and then I started drinking again, and everything just went down from there.
At the time that you were drinking alcohol, did you put the meth down, or were you using meth and drinking at the same time?
Yeah, sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't.
That night that you caught your charge, were you on meth? No, just drinking,
it
so
was
it's
just alcohol.
only alcohol that caused it. Wow.
Yeah, it was just a straight blackout.
You see, so many issues that come upon with alcohol. It's a serious. Alcohol is a serious thing. Not only is it damaging your body, but I remember I used to drink so many times, man. Jeez, man, and black out. You'd be like, what the heck happened, man? Black out, found in the car. I'm just sitting there, vomit everywhere, looking crazy, man. And then I used to love to drink too, man. Wake up early in the morning, have a drink. Every time I turn around, I have a drink, and I just use it and say, hey, man, I used to tell myself, hey, I don't have an issue. It's just recreational. You know what I'm saying? I like to have fun, so I'm drinking all the time. You know what I'm saying? Wake up, have a drink, this, that, and I was like, no matter what I did, I wanted to have a drink because I just felt like life was more fun with me having a drink. I was just more easy, more relaxed, and doing things like that. But definitely, it started affecting my body too. I started feeling bad. And then after a couple times blacking out, or with going out to the clubs, blacking out, and my friend like, hey, you don't remember this? You don't remember that? I'm like, what?
Nope.
What the heck? Wake up, I'm in the hospital. What happened, fellas? You know what I'm saying? They found you parked up in the neighborhoods, halfway out the car, vomit everywhere. Like, what the heck? Alcohol poison. What the heck? That's when I'm like, yo, I know it's an issue. So with you, it wasn't the meth that had you with the case. It was the alcohol that blacked out, and then you didn't know what happened.
Yep. And yeah, it's alcohol. It really took a hold of me in that way. And you know, it's one of the most dangerous drugs to detox from as well. Like most people that detox off of alcohol, depending on how much you drink, you really need a medical detox because you could go into seizures. Like it's dangerous.
You know what? I heard about that too, man. I heard somebody they told me they're going through detox and this thing, they started vomiting blood and all type of stuff. Like they almost died going through an alcohol detox. And if you don't know that alcohol is something that you could detox from, you definitely can. You can get to that point if you're drinking and you're alcoholic. Like he said, you do need help because you can die from detox from alcohol.
Yeah, it's one of the most dangerous. That and heroin, they both can have adverse effects. All of them are not fun to come off of, but yeah, those are the two most dangerous in my experience. Which heroin, ironically, is one that I've never did try.
Oh, you never did?
I had a fear of needles, and I know I got tattoos on me. Don't make no sense, man, but I just the needle going inside of me. I never could get with that, and I thought you had to do it that way. Again, that's where the TV kind of saved my life because I thought from what I'd seen on the TVs and movies that you had to shoot it up, so I never touched it. I didn't want nothing to do with it. Probably saved my life too. But.
Yeah, probably did. Definitely did. So you got locked up and then you got out again, and then what happened after that?
So I was in the Brady Center. Like I said, I did good for a year. Then I got this crazy idea over a conversation that wasn't even including me in it. But they were talking about earning themselves a drink after work. And I was like, you know what? I've been working 60 hours a week. You know, I deserve a drink too. So I went to, after work, I went to the gas station to get me a beer. And I decided to get Four Loko because it got bigger alcohol content in it. So I went to go get one of those, and it was like a phenomenon. I can't even speak today. Yeah, I can't speak today, but it was like the phenomenon of craving that hit me before I even took a drink because I seen they were on sale, and I'm like, well, one might not be enough. So I bought two, and it just straight skyrocketed down from there, just straight down. Next thing I knew, I lost everything again. I was sitting in a field next to the place that I'd just been fired from for stealing money out of the register. Had nowhere to go. It was raining. It was December. I remember I was sitting in the grass field right there, hooked to the Wi-Fi because my phone service had even been canceled. And I called my brother. And I told him, I said, I'm not suicidal. I don't want to kill myself, but I don't see any point in living anymore. I don't see any point in fighting to stay alive anymore. Like I hadn't seen my kids in 8 years at that point. My family didn't really want me around. I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't have a job. I just didn't see any point to keep fighting to stay alive. And that was kind of my way of trying to get a ticket back to Colorado. When I look back at it now, I think I was trying to manipulate myself into a ticket. And he said, we're not doing this again. He said, no, I'm not coming to get you. I'm not saving you. I'm not going to do it. And it was the best gift he could have ever given me, because he said, we're on the phone. Let's find somewhere for you to go. I remembered the Healing Place because I had been a client at the Brady Center. So I said, well, let's try that Healing Place out. And so I ended up checking in to detox at the Healing Place that night. And it's crazy how God works, because I'm sitting in that grass field and the Uber comes to get me. And I thought my brother was doing big things now.
Yeah.
He got me an Uber all the way from Colorado. I was
Dang.
so proud.
What?
It's just an app. I mean, he didn't have to call nobody or nothing, you know.
Shoot, that probably cost a nice little ticket from Colorado to...
But I mean, it was here. I was here in Louisville.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I thought since he was in Colorado and he made the Uber trip, he set it up for me. I thought he was doing big things. I didn't realize it was just a couple clicks. But the guy that was driving the Uber was an alumni from our facility.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I don't remember his name. I don't remember nothing other than the fact that he told me that he was an alumni and I was going to a good place.
Oh, wow.
And when I checked into detox there, like I said, I didn't see a point in living anymore. I was too scared to ever kill myself, and it seemed so final, so I would never go that way. But I just didn't see a point in fighting anymore. I didn't see a point in staying sober. I just needed to get out of the cold. So when I got there, I had no intentions of being sober. I didn't, I was sober enough to wake up in the morning. That was my plan. I had a check coming. I was gonna get my check, and I was gonna hit the door, and I was gonna go do Tim again. God stood in the way of that. I couldn't get my money. I ended up signing up for the long-term program, and my life has just never been the same since then.
How long you was in the long-term program?
I did the program in 8 months, and then I became a peer mentor for 10 months.
And you been sober ever since?
I have.
Wow, congratulations.
December 29th of 2021 is my sobriety day.
Congratulations, bro. Congratulations, man.
Thank
That's
you.
good money right there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. see, that's hope right there. That's hope. So you just got tired of being in the position that you was in at that time.
Yeah. And really, I didn't see an end to the position I was in, but
death, you're like just hoping
and
you would
even
die.
then,
Like,
And I don't even know that I was hoping for it, but I was okay with it.
Yeah.
If it showed up, I wasn't gonna run from it.
Yeah.
I didn't see a point in getting sober. I didn't think I'd ever see my kids again. I thought my life was pretty just over, just running through the motions at that point. And going through the program, I think I was 3 or 4 months into the program, like step 3, step 4 maybe, when I started to buy into it. And I was like, I kept hearing people say to just give it a chance. You can always go back to whatever you were doing, just give this a chance. So I did. I gave it a chance. And I decided to put everything I had into it. And I think I was almost completed the program when my kids called me. Now, I mean, I didn't initiate that at all. They called me through their mom, but and she said, I'm comfortable with what you're doing. She talked to me on the phone. She said, I don't even recognize you. I'm gonna let you see the kids if you want to. I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, I'd love to. And today they're in my lives. I just went and seen them.
God, brother.
Last weekend, last Monday, I went and seen them. And I get to do things like that today. I'm in college now.
What?
I'm 40. I was 43 years old when I started college. And that was a dream I always had. And I just always too afraid to even try.
What?
Now I finished my first year with 4.0.
What?
Yeah, I'm chasing a master's in social work because I really enjoy working in this field, and I want to continue to do so.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
So it seems like your story, brother, is a powerful story. His story is a powerful story because it goes from wanting to be accepted to finding different routes to be accepted. Basically, you know what? I'm about to take these routes. I'm about to use these drugs. Some of you might be out there today feeling like, hey, you know what? People be watching. They might be like, you know what? I did the same thing. I wanted to be accepted. I felt alone. Started using. And you might be down right now, but listen, if you are down right now, drugs isn't the way to go. So many of the testimonies of people who come on here tells you the difference when you're using alcohol, you're using drugs, to the difference of what happens when you actually get sober. So number one, don't start using. If you haven't used it, do not use. Please, do not use. Look at the examples of the stories of lives from going to prison to broken families. But then the redemption of when people actually stop using, what happens? Their lives get 100% better all the time. You know, and you just strive. That's a great thing to hear, brother, that you're actually chasing your dream. And even at 40-something, God blessing you with many things. Your family's getting back right. You're able to be in your family's life. You're not stealing. You're not doing anything like that no more, man.
I got a vehicle with tags and insurance and all that
I'm
stuff.
going for the legal right here, but hey, we legal on this end. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
God is good. So you feel like you have a purpose in your life now.
I do. And I want to continue to help people. Even, you know, and working in this field, you see so many people come in and they look like they're doing so great, and then all of a sudden it's right back to square one.
Yeah.
And those are the people I spend more time just trying to show them, you know, it's okay. That's fine. You know, let's just try it again. Let's do this again. You know? And they're always, I missed something. No, you didn't miss nothing. You just gave up on something, but it's fine. We're just going to do it again. We start at square one. We're just going to keep working through it. And, you know, I try to help the people that I see that just struggle with understanding stuff, you know, because I didn't get the whole religious part of some things I couldn't get with. They actually kind of pushed me away a little bit. It was when I started to really just understand that it was my conception of God. And that I didn't have to have the same conception that you have. I just had to have what works for me.
Yeah.
Because recovery is tailor-made. You got to find what works for you. And you'll never know what works exactly for you if you don't try it all.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, I like what you just said. Now you just said, hey, when a person messed up, hey man, you didn't miss something. You gave up on something. You know, when you got that purpose, it's bigger than yourself. That's one thing I realized. You have a purpose, it's bigger than yourself. It's bigger than you. So you feel like you have a mission. And once you have that purpose, you have a mission, you're going to want to complete the mission. You're giving back to people. That's a great thing. And that's why I always say, once you get right, once you get that help, and once you get right, help other people get right.
Keep giving it up.
Keep giving it, you know. That's what life is about, man. You know, I don't want to see the next person doing less than I'm doing. I want to see everybody doing well. I want to see everybody who has their family together, everybody with better health, better financial situations, you know. And then once you get sober, you're able to do that. You're able to do your part to be able to be like, yo, you know what? I'm about to do my thing, man. I'm about to stand up, pull my pants up, straighten up my shirt, and we about to get it in and put this work in. And you know what? I'm about to get out here and I'm about to help save some lives, save some souls, man, because I remember how it was to be in that position. You know, every time you go through, man, and you look at people who you help out, you can see a little bit of yourself in each one of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can relate to so many people. It's funny too, because I used to, when I go to meetings, they would start talking about crack cocaine, and I would cut off. Like, that wasn't my thing. You know, I smoked it a couple times. If you showed up at my house, I'd probably smoke it if you had it, but I wasn't, like, that wasn't my thing. So they would start speaking, and I just cut myself off. And then one day, I was sitting there and I was listening to the guy, and you know, his story was exactly the same as mine. I was putting a barrier between us because we can't relate, and I realized that that barrier is holding me back. Like, I relate to you. I don't, you know, we may not have done the same things, but I can relate to the struggles. I can relate to the fears. I can relate to the pain, and that's something I had to work through early on in recovery.
That's great. That's great. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you definitely coming in and sharing your story, brother.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Me.
Is there anything else you would like to tell the people?
Just be willing, honest, open-minded. Those three things right there got me through the beginning.
Honest and open-minded.
And willing.
And willing. That's good. That's good stuff. 3 things right there. 3 things you just said. Be honest, be open-minded. You be willing. You gotta be honest about your situation, honest about your feelings, and then you gotta be what?
Open-minded.
Open-minded.
To try things that you know, they seem silly. Like praying every day, meditating every day.
Yeah.
Those things felt silly at first, but I had to be open-minded to give them a shot. And then that willing goes into all of it. Like, you just got to be willing. It opens up so many doors. Like, just a sliver of willingness will open a giant door. They can close back, and even when it does, you just a little bit more willingness and it opens back up again. And that's been my experience with it.
Amen. Amen. That's great stuff right there, brother. Keep fighting. Never give up. And I appreciate you for tuning in again to 12 by 12 podcast. And we love you all, and have a blessed day.